Oh God, we were scared to go to Canada, all of COVID and stuff, but we might be able to go up there now. I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe pending my court case. But Marty
Yeah.
McFly, tell me this: were all those trucker protests going on around you?
Well, no, here's the thing. Like, it did pass through our city. Like, definitely, like, our highway was affected or something like about that. But I didn't really see much. I just heard people honking horns and shit, and the people going to jail because, like, they were blocking roads. And, yeah, I don't really know what was going on, man.
Whose side are you on? Because it's been a while, and we got to think back on this. For people who don't remember, there were a bunch of truckers. Was it in Ottawa? Somewhere up there.
Somewhere up there.
But there were a bunch of Canadian truck drivers by trade who were protesting the lockdowns partially, but I think mostly vaccine mandates.
Right.
And they just drove all their trucks into a place. I don't remember exactly what the place was. And they basically just shut shit down and refused to drive. Now, some people, Marty, would call them freedom fighters who were peacefully protesting.
Mm-hmm.
But Justin Trudeau, well, he called them Nazis who are putting the Canadian people in jeopardy. What say you?
I don't know. Like, I get where they're coming from, but like, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I can't really necessarily have an opinion because I don't know exactly why they kind of did what they did. All I know is, like, why did they stop driving? Because it's just like they weren't getting paid enough, or like what was going on?
No, they were complaining about having to take vaccines.
No, I like this. No, it was this, Marty McFly. So they weren't allowed to have bathroom breaks, and they would have to do sometimes 48, 72-hour hauls. And the Canadian government mandated they couldn't go pee-pee.
Yeah. They had to pee in Gatorade bottles specifically, easy, you know, because the lid it's a little bigger for the penis to go, you know what I mean? So the Gatorade bottles were what they were using. And
Piss jugs, eh? Fuck.
Yeah, the piss jugs, dude.
So that's why they called it the Ottawa Pedum convoy. That's what they called it, Marty. So what do you think about that? Truck drivers they're forced to treat their cabs like a urinal.
Yeah. Isn't that
You know
ridiculous?
what? I think fucking truck drivers should be able to treat Trudeau's fucking house like a urinal and just take a piss in it. Fuck it.
Hey, let's go.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow, so you're more on the side of the truck drivers. That's controversial. Even now, that's controversial.
That is, dude. That
I
is very
honestly,
controversial.
I don't know. Like, I literally, like, even like, I don't even know why Trudeau's so mad. Like, they can't take a piss. I don't know.
Some would say that you're siding with Nazis.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, a lot of people might say that.
It's really nuts, man, because a lot of people, the propaganda machine was just at work, dude. Like, the propaganda machine was out there. Yeah. And it was calling them Nazis because they wanted to be able to use a rest stop. Also, there was a mandate that the Trudeau government put in place that said the only animal they could bring on the treks as pets were chipmunks.
Right. And everybody was kind of confused by that because, you know, the normal pets are just kind of domestic pets, you know, like we're talking cats and dogs, right? But they were like, chipmunks, what the hell is this?
And you had to go out and capture your own chipmunk. There couldn't be any kind of store-bought, black market. You had to go fucking wrestle a chipmunk into your cab.
Right. And
that was the only company.
They're not even good pets. A lot of people, you know, they really tear up like upholstery, you know, any couches and stuff like that. Chipmunks they're feisty little bastards.
And then it was coming out of the truck driver's paycheck, the destroyed upholstery in the cab.
Right.
Oh,
this is
fuck.
a shame.
Yeah. Fucking Trudeau, man.
Yeah, Trudeau, dude.
I mean, careful, buddy, careful. Because I mean, you don't want to be labeled a Hitler supporter.
You're wanted. Was it a felony that you got, or did they bring it down to a misdemeanor?
Well, like, yeah, I forget what it, like, I think it was just a misdemeanor, but like, no, like, I forget exactly what they labeled, because at first they were trying to nail me with really hard stuff, and then it wasn't like actually, yeah, well, technically it would be kind of considered like it was like a felony charge here in Canada.
Yeah. A hate crime.
And then they're like, hey, we're just going to nail you with mischief, and then mischief in a religious place, which is like, well, a lot less, I guess, but like, still, fuck.
Yeah. Thank God.
It's a pretty apt description of what you did. I mean, he committed mischief at a religious place.
A lot of mischief.
Yeah. See, and like, even my lawyers, like, we can't really fight it because like they nailed you. Like, you literally committed mischief in a religious place. Like, he's like, we'll take that bit over like the rest of this shit, I guess. Like,
how was it? Was it tough to look a conservative judge in the eye when he read off the offense?
There's another thing, okay. Like, you guys are probably wondering how court went, and like I like during the like story I was gonna tell you guys. So like, what ended up happening is like, because I guarantee you they were watching like the podcast, and they kind of knew that like what would end up happening.
Some Leo and Danny show fans.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah. So they're probably, because we didn't know how we wanted to like film and like actually like film the fucking court. Like, yeah, they were like, hey, there's no way that's happening. Like, and even my lawyer was like, yeah, there's no cameras being like, he's like, actually, like, what we're going to do is like, since it was COVID, we did Zoom or something like that. It was like, and it was shitty though, because it wasn't even like a video conference call like this. It was like a blacked out fucking screen, just voice call fucking. And so like you would read through it and it would be like, hey, and like the funny thing is like,
that was another obstacle in the way of his YouTube ascent, dude. Of course. It's just not fair.
It seems like the gods or the universe was kind of against savage prank films from the beginning, right? I mean,
I guess so. Fuck. So
Austin, does this remind you like the Book of Job, or just God fucking does everything awful to this guy?
Yeah, just to test him.
Yeah, I mean,
prove that he's worthy.
You're getting tested by the YouTube gods right now. The current, whatever the Indian CEO of YouTube is, I think he's testing you, and I think you got to prove to him that you can be the next Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah.
You can be the next Nelk Boys, dude. You can be the next Kyle Forgard.
You could, man. The Canadian legends, the Nelk Boys, dude. Well, I'm surprised you didn't shout any of them out during the
I think he said Salim.
He did say Salim?
Yeah. I think I said Salim. Well, yeah, I was like, Salim the Dream, and I just moaned really loud, like fucking like, oh, and like people were like, they looked up.
Wow. Okay.
Martino, dude.
You know, it's usually like you tailor the bit a little bit. I like how just the audience in mind was absolutely not the Italian-speaking 80-year-old Catholics. Like none of them. The only thing they understood was the international language of 12-inch dick.
Yeah, seriously, they got the picture there.
They probably kind of like that, actually.
I think so too.
Some of the guys in there,
they're like, this is hilarious. You know, come on.